So welcome back. We're going to do a single line pull. This particular white vehicle back behind us, this Jeep, has become hopelessly stuck.
Hopelessly stuck.
Yeah, hopelessly stuck.
All
he's
four
spinning
wheels
all
spin.
four wheels.
Yep.
And he's actually buried himself a little bit down into the sand because he didn't get off the gas fast enough, so he's pretty stuck. So we've determined that we can do a single line pull and get him out from being stuck. We can recover him and allow him to have continued mobile energy and get out.
So this should be a pretty simple recovery.
Yeah, pretty simple. This is Bob, the simplest of all, single line pull.
So Bob, so how about you walk us through the step-by-step, so what we're gonna see here?
Okay, here's the flow. So we're gonna disengage the clutch in free spool. We're gonna walk the line out. We've already done that. So now we have the line to the back of this vehicle. We're gonna connect it up to the vehicle up here. This red Jeep is now gonna be our anchor. So this will be the immovable object that we anchor against and pull the vehicle out from being stuck. So this vehicle is actually acting like a tree or a boulder. It's just acting like an anchor.
Oh, gotcha.
A heavy
so that's going to be our heavy attachment point.
That's our heavy attachment point. So then once we get this rigged appropriately, which we'll show you, then we would tension up the line a little bit. We'd put some winch damper on the line itself just to keep, if something breaks, the line will go to ground and won't flail around or fly back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to walk back here and we're going to remove some of the terrain, the sand, out from under his wheels, because right in front of all four wheels is a little mound of sand. Why would we pull the vehicle with using the winch up and over that mound of sand? Let's just get rid of some of that little mountain.
So we're going to basically make little tiny ramps to also help assist it to come out of there.
We're going to give it some assist, because that particular vehicle is going to have its engine on. It needs its engine on because it needs to replenish the battery power from the alternator while he's winching, because that vehicle is basically self-recovering using this vehicle as an anchor.
And that's a great point to always keep thinking about, especially when we get further down the road into winching, that you want to make sure that your vehicle is on, so that way it's powering that winch, because it'll just drain your battery. You can run through
your battery in just a couple of minutes of winching. So we're going to have the engine on so we can also steer as well. We're going to have the vehicle that's stuck, we're going to have that vehicle in neutral with the parking brake off and no foot pedal brake, because we don't want to give any more resistance to this pull than we have already with being stuck. So neutral, engine on, he allows him to steer, so he directs himself to a straight line pull to this vehicle and he gets himself out. And he's not going to add any driveline assist. He's not going to put it in D or put it in gear and spin the wheels some more to help the winch pull it out.
So he's going to allow the winch to do its job.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You do that until you can't do that anymore, and then maybe if you're hopelessly stuck, then maybe you could put it in D and give a little driveline assist, but that's very advanced. 9 times out of 10, you can use the winch just to pull you out. You don't need the engine power to get you unstuck. It's a very powerful winch.
So let the tool do its job.
And then once we've got it all connected up, he's got his engine on, he's got it in neutral. This vehicle, which is the anchor vehicle, this vehicle is also going to have his engine on. He's going to have the parking brake on to hold the vehicle steady. He's going to put some foot brake as well to help hold the vehicle steady. But here's the key point, is he is not going to have his transmission in park. And the reason we don't have it in park is because if this vehicle starts to slide a bit and it's in park, there's a little device inside the transmission called a parking pawl, and it holds your vehicle on a hill just in case as a safety item when you turn the engine off.
So just like when I'm parking on a hill or parking anywhere else,
that's the parking pawl that holds it. And it's just a piece of metal that holds on to the transmission teeth and the gears. So if this vehicle starts to slide backwards, that parking pawl will have stress on it and it could break off. That's why the anchor vehicle needs to be in neutral.
In neutral.
Because if you break that parking pawl off, folks, if you break that off when you're the anchored vehicle, you will do irreparable damage to your transmission, and now we're looking at $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for a new transmission. So it's not in reverse, it's not in D, it's in neutral. Engine on, this is the vehicle that is the anchor now. Engine on, parking brake on, foot brake on, in neutral.
In neutral.
The two drivers are going to have a little collaboration. They're going to have a little powwow, and they're going to talk about this pull, as you should be. Before you do any recovery situation, you should have a powwow between the two drivers. So they're going to talk and they're going to say, okay, I'm all ready to be winched. I'm ready to winch away. And this driver says, I'm ready. I'm in neutral. I've got the parking brake on. I've got my foot brake on. I'm ready to be an anchor. And then the vehicle that's stuck can start using the controller to winch away and start to get him unstuck.
And so through this whole process of what is just even a simple single line pull,
it's got to have all those elements.
It's absolutely key to flip back to the last pages in the basic guide to winching manual and cover the STOPA acronym, which is stop, think, observe, plan, and act. So you don't want to rush into this. You really anxiety gets going, adrenaline gets going, and you want to take the time to make sure that even though something that can be very simple can be done effectively and correctly.
And we're trying to do it textbook. Of course, different situations require different things. But in that little book, there's a lot of safety considerations. There's a lot of warnings and notes. Pay attention to those before you just start hooking up. And that little booklet should go in your glove compartment or your console, because these are all perishable skills and knowledge. So if you have that little booklet with you, it'll remind you, oh, if I'm the anchored vehicle, I can't have it in park.
In park.
Yeah. All right?
All right.
So I think we're ready to get going.
We'll get it. We'll get this going and show everybody how to get your proper rigging and how to get this vehicle unstuck.
Let's get these two drivers going.